Hawks Talk and Squawk. The judicial committees that will commence if I was to ever, not saying I would, just if I was to ever expose dirt that I've seen amongst my J-Dub peers back when I was still a J-Dub, man, the judicial committees that would have been had. Even if, say, when I first left the J-Dubs at the end of 2008, if I decided to go out with a bang and be like, you know what? Since y'all, well, first of all, I didn't allow anyone to shun me because when I left the J-Dubs, I knew I was leaving behind all of my J-Dub family, friends, associates, whatsoever. But if I was to go with the mindset, I know y'all going to shun me or whatever, I could have spilt so much tea on stuff that I had personally witnessed amongst my J-Dub brethren. Mainly those that closely associated with me. You know what I mean? From loose conduct, from smoking marijuana, excessive drinking, shit, even fornication. just so many different scenarios, especially when it came to loose conduct, using foul language. Man, I have some stories. Like, this is going to be a quick video because me and the Queen, we're getting ready to meet up with some of my HAWKE'S fam, and we're going to a show tonight. But I just figured I'd drop a quick little J-Dub related video because it's been a while since I released anything, and my fellow subscribers have been hitting me up like, damn, Hawk, when you going to drop another J-Dub related video? I mean, we love your basketball content as well, but we want to hear some more J-Dub stories. And I'm like, truthfully, as much as I love telling these stories, a lot of times it depends on the mood I'm in. Also, before I like to get behind the camera and start recording, I like to make sure I had a story down packed and memorized, because remember, this is stuff that happened at the earliest, I would say 16, 17 years ago now, because the last time I was really in a J-Dub fault like that was really 2007. I mean, the end of 2007 through 2008, I was still, you know what I mean, in association with a lot of J-Dubs. But when you think of the heydays of me in the J-Dubs, is really 1998 through 2007. Even though I grew up as a J-Dub, I wasn't into it to that point. I was just young and just going to the hall because my mom was a witness, and when I lived at home, I had no choice but to go to the hall. And that also explains why I lived back and forth with my pop throughout my adolescent years, so I didn't have to go to the Kingdom Hall. But when I came home from boot camp in early 1998, my pop, he was already in another relationship, about to get married, and I wasn't going to stay with them. You know what I mean? She was nice and all, well, cool and all that, but I was like, nah, at that point, I had went back home. And at that point, I was starting to get into the J-Dubs a little more, even though it would be another 4 years before I would actually get baptized, and another couple years before I even joined the Theocratic Ministry School. And I had always told myself I wasn't going to really immerse myself into the J-Dubs until I was 18 and I graduated high school, because I wanted to enjoy the latter part of my youth, like those 14 through 17 years, that year age range. And while I was in high school, I wanted to really enjoy that. So I didn't even become an unbaptized publisher until I was 18, then was baptized 6 months later. And I joined the Theocratic Ministry School maybe 2 weeks before I turned 17. And it's funny, I did a video on this before. My first Bible reading, talk, whatever you want to call it, it was actually that Thursday, which was the first day of 12th grade. I'll pin that video in the comments for those of you who didn't get a chance to check that out. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can be notified of all of my content. But anyway, yeah. I witnessed so much dirt, like shit. I've seen dirt committed by ministerial servants, some elders. I was popular in the J-Dub circles, and not just amongst Philadelphia witnesses, like New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, even knew a bunch of New York witnesses. You know what I mean? Knew some down south witnesses, because we was always out and about, traveling, meeting different people. So like, and that's what I loved about the district conventions, especially at Vet Stadium, because you got to meet different witnesses. You know, me going around macking the honeys or whatever, you know, late 90s, early 2000s terminology. I used to meet a lot of sisters from different cities and states, and playing basketball amongst different brothers. You got to meet brothers from different cities and states. We used to have like unofficial basketball leagues and tournaments where we might go down to Maryland and play a group of brothers from down there in a basketball game. And afterwards, we would go to a J-Dub party and meet other witnesses. So yeah, I witnessed a lot of shit go down. And they see me do a lot of shit, but they already knew, keep my name out of your mouth. Because if you go running your mouth to the elders anyway, I'm just going to deny it. I don't care how many witnesses it is. Because, you know, they had that 2-witness rule bullshit. So if 2 clowns was to ever be like, oh yeah, we seen Eric HAWKE'S doing this or that. You know what I mean? First of all, 9 times out of 10, if you seen me doing dirt, I did either seen you doing dirt or have knowledge of you doing dirt. And I'm just going to slam that card down on the table on you. So it is what it is. And I know for a fact that you have a lot more to lose than me. Okay, if I get this fellowship, so what? I already know that means not dealing with my J-Dub family and friends. But guess what? I have plenty of non-J-Dub family and friends too. But you don't. So you're going to be shunned by everybody. And you're going to be asked out. Me, I'm going to be Gucci. So, you know, I never had that. I had a couple of clowns running the brothers out of spite or because they were just haters or whatever, but nothing ever came of it, because when they approached me, I just denied it. You know, so. But yeah, like all of my close J-Dub associates, yeah, I didn't see them do some shit, but when I left all of that behind. I'm like, I didn't leave on no bitter shit. You know what I mean? I could have, just because I knew what a mindset. You know what I mean? But all my peoples knew, my cousins, they all knew They was like, because the last time I seen my cousin Sheaf was right after I had told them I was done with the J-Dubs. We met right there at Larry's Steaks on 54th and City Avenue, right across the street from St. Joe's University. I remember it was like the end of November 2008. You know what I mean? A nice fall day. And it was on a Sunday after the meeting. He came down from Pittsburgh. It wasn't right after the meeting, but he had the early meeting, like the 9 a.m. meeting, then came right down because I hit him up the night before, was like, cuz I'm done. You know what I mean? Because I was texting all my peoples. I'm like, I'm done. So if you want to meet up one last time, we met up. And it was real emotional. He was like, man, cuz don't leave. You know, this the truth, blah, blah, blah. And if you ever decide to come back, I'm going to have my wife cook us a nice big meal. And we going to play NBA 2K and chop it up and clown like we always. I'm like, cuz this is it, but we can always still be fam or whatever, but I know that's not how a lot of y'all roll, so it is what it is. But in the future, if you ever want to reach out to me, you know what I mean, we know some of the same people, so you can always put the word out. But 16 years later and nobody's put the word out. But I know cats miss me because of all the good times we had together. But and I even told my cousin the last time I seen him, I was like, man, everything that I witnessed, I'm taking with me. I ain't gonna be on no nut shit and go tell the brothers, oh yeah, I seen cousin do this, or I see the homie do that. I'm like, that ain't in my style. Like, that's nut shit. I was like, I don't operate like that, because I'm like, we're all men at the end of the day. We all have needs. We all came up together. Like, how that look, me being like, oh, such and such cussed, or we was in a hot tub with these girls and one thing led to another and we went into separate rooms, and you know what I mean? Like, how would that look? Or we all used to go out to Belmont Plateau and smoke weed and crack on worldly girls just for sport. But who knows if any of the homies ever contacted any of those quote unquote worldly girls and what could have transpired. Man, we had fun together. Cause those real prude ass J-Dubs that I couldn't hang with them. You know what I mean? The cats that I roll with would be cats you could consider worldly witnesses, straddle the fence, or whatever. Yeah, my homie's cousin, they might have moved up to become ministerial servants or whatever, but we're all humans at the end of the day. And this is just a man-made cult where 7, now 8 members of a governing body sit back and try to tell millions of other people how we're supposed to live and conduct ourselves, which is bullshit. So, like I said, I wasn't going to be on that time like, oh yeah, I seen my cousin do this, I seen the homie do that. Because what I left a lot of people was worried. Nadraj, he hit me up and was like, yo, whatever. He said, are you gonna, when you met with the elders, did you tell them? And I said, nah, I didn't tell them shit. I told them all the shit I done, and I told them that I was done with the J-Dubs. And they had even asked me the last time I met, because when I last met with the the elders, when they called themselves trying to ambush me by disfellowshipping me, when I slammed that car down and told them that I was having my baptism annulled because of what was told to me when I got baptized the wrong way, and was told that it didn't count because I wasn't going to last anyway. They had even asked me, did I have anything I wanted to confess about the wrongdoings from others? And I said, nope, but I have plenty of dirt that I could dish, but I ain't going to do it. Then they started fishing. They were like, was it some of your friends from the West Park congregation, or was it some of their brothers from the Northeast congregation? I was like, nah, that ain't none of your business who it was. So, and a lot of people respected me just off the strength of that alone, even though they wouldn't have been able to do shit had I went and spilt the beans anyway. But like, to me, that was nutty. I was the one leaving on my own terms, so I wasn't leaving on no bad terms. Even the brother that I refer to as Kenji, you know what I mean? I did a video about that clown a few months ago that got well over 1,000 views. That's probably the most views I have on a video. You know what I mean? Let me see, because it's like I'm still building this channel. This is my 90th video. So let me see real quick. Yeah, like I know for a fact that one probably had the most views out of any video I pre-recorded anyway. Let me see. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. 1.7K views. The organization sends 2 former Bethelites to restore order in the West Park congregation. I did that video 4 months ago. You know what I mean? Right before my 40th anniversary of human existence. And in that video, I didn't really spill the beans on this shit. I said allegedly, but I know for a fact, you know what I mean, what was told to me. Anyway, I never really witnessed that fool doing any dirt, but I've heard a lot of different stories from people that allegedly did shit with him. So, but anyway, and Kenji, me and him, we never really got along. I knew he didn't like me from the rip, and I didn't like him. Oh, Varnell Hill, did you miss me looking ass ninja? Like, I ain't even clown him. I'm like, that wasn't my style. It wasn't my style at all. You know what I mean? But like I said, there's a lot that I could have said, but I didn't. You know what I mean? James Hearns, Nadraj Pop, another clown I could have put all his dirt out there. You know what I mean? And I witnessed him. We did shit together, not with each other, because I don't swing that way. And that's no offense to my alphabet community peeps, but we did shit involving other sisters. Not no fornication, but loose conduct shit. You know what I mean? With a couple of sisters. I was like, yeah, Brother Hearns, you better, you know what I mean, watch his step. But he figured because he was an elder and I was a low-ranking brother in the congregation that I wouldn't dare spill the beans on him, because he knew all he could do is use his son to spill shit on me. But I could have cared less anyway, because like I said, I would have slammed that car down on cats with the quickness. Oh yeah. Shady brothers taking advantage of J-Dub policies. Scheming and scamming. That video I also did 4 months ago prior to my 40th anniversary of human existence. So be sure to check out those videos. Like I said, they're on my channel. Be sure to subscribe for more content. You know, I'll be doing more J-Dub related videos because it's what y'all been requesting. Don't think I've been ignoring y'all's requests. I haven't. I've just been working on other projects. You know, just been busy. You know, it seems like it's not enough time in the day. Like, we're already in the second month of 2024. But, you know what I mean? Just be patient. Bear with me. I'll have that content out there. But I just thought I'd throw this little video out real quick. You know, because like I said, it's been a minute since I did a J-Dub related video. The last one I did really was about the policy changes and shit. I wonder if any of my old J-Dub peeps, if they grew their beard and shit out. Or let their hair grow out a little bit. Because I've seen different posts amongst ex-J-Dub forums. They say some of the brothers are growing their hair out. A guy that we knew, or a guy that I knew, got a little mini fro, grew his beard out a little bit. They just showing off. Like I said in that last video, I'm like, soon, cats gonna be tattooed up. They're gonna be allowed to smoke. Oh man, because I said more and more people are waking up and they want to keep a tight hold on those that they do. And this goes for any other ex-J-Dub that left. If they had dirt on anybody, if they was to go reveal any dirt, I wonder if those friends would even, if those people would even be pulled in for a judicial committee with all the rule changes, and they'll be like, oh, it happened so long ago. They ain't going to take heed anyway unless it's two witnesses. So even if I was that type to go spill shit, they'd be like, oh, you need two witnesses. So it would have been redundant and I ain't made no sense anyway. But you know, like I said, that would be some real nutty shit anyway to do. You know? Shout out to all my old J-Dub peeps. You know what I mean? Hopefully they wake up someday. If y'all wake up, if y'all out there listening, if y'all ever do wake up and realize you've been brainwashed in a cult all your lives, you know what I mean? Hit me up. You know what I mean? I'm still the same. Just a little older and more wiser, but I'm still the same old E.G. Hawk. But anyway, this is just some Hawks talking Squawk. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos on the channel. Stay tuned for more content. Hawk out.